We've all heard the story about Steve Jobs famously starting Apple in a garage in the 70s. Other wildly successful companies began in a garage too, like Google, Microsoft, and HP. Thanks to the breadth and depth of the internet and the advent of sites like Indiegogo and Kickstarter, we're seeing a lot more of these grassroots startups create products that make it into the mainstream and ultimately affect people's lives around the world. Pebble Watch, the Everyday Backpack, Fidget Cube, and even boosted boards all started out on Kickstarter. I bet a handful of you own some of these products, or at least know about these crowdfunding websites. Overnight successes are plentiful in this technological age we're in. Enter the Super 73. In March 2016, a group of 4 DIY tinkerer friends built an electric bike modeled after a taco mini bike because they wanted to.
One of these days we were hanging out kind of like this.
That's Aaron Wong, one of the co-founders of Lithium Cycles.
And we wanted to make a consumer product. What's really big right now in California is kind of this like retro taco mini bike kind of revival. And that's where the design comes from. And one of the co-founders, John, he built this thing in 3 days, which was amazing.
From the original prototype being built, like in a month or two, you guys were on Kickstarter already.
Yeah. After John built that first one, the rest of us just made this campaign. It took us about 2 or 3 weeks.
The Super 73 hit Kickstarter, and Lithium Cycles had a modest goal of $25,000 in funding.
And it was just so we could make a few of them. The tooling's pretty expensive. We never intended to get as big as kind of what it is right now.
The campaign exploded, far surpassing Aaron and his team's expectations of selling a dozen or 2 bikes. The following 6 months was a transition period for the company. The space they had been building stuff out of was transformed into a Super 73 creation station.
We kind of revamped everything. We kind of gutted the entire workspace. We spent about 6 or 7 months and a lot of resources to build up this factory so that we can build this stuff.
Fast forward to today, summer 2017. Lithium Cycles is up and running and shipping Super 73s around the globe. Let's talk about this thing, shall we? The Super 73 looks like it's straight out of the 70s. It's got huge tires and this fat seat. There's just something about the way this frame is designed that just screams dope to me. It definitely looks like a pimped out throwback motorbike, but this thing is all electric. The Super 73 I'm riding is among the first 20 or so ever to be created, and the build quality is fantastic. All Super 73s are made of steel, but mine was dipped in copper. Only 2 of these copper versions exist. The other one belongs to Coco. She accessorized with this bad boy at Fashion Week, and I'm told she really likes it, and I do too. This Kickstarter Super 73 goes 26 miles an hour with 20 miles of range. Those stats are superb in my book. 26 miles an hour is fast, and 20 miles of range is plenty. There are 2, well, I guess it's technically 3 ways to make the Super 73 go. You can pedal normally. It is a bike. You can turn on pedal assist. For those that don't know, pedal assist does what it sounds like. You pedal, and the motor assists you. It's kind of a bizarre sensation at first. There are 5 pedal assist modes, 1 being the least intense, and 5 makes you Superman. So there's regular pedaling, pedal assist, and of course, the thumb throttle. It's pretty torquey. Not anything insane, but I was pleasantly surprised the first time I took off on a Super 73. You can accelerate quickly if you press the throttle all the way, and I estimate you can hit top speed in around 7 or 8 seconds. Something I noticed right away, the bike is strangely pretty quiet, and it's got a great turn radius. The LCD you saw before shows the time, miles traveled, current speed, and other riding stats. And beneath the LCD is a USB port for charging your phone on the go. There's also a night mode for the Super 73. It sort of inverts the colors on the LCD and illuminates the built-in headlight and taillight. And this is cool, whether you're in night mode or regular mode and you pull on the rear brake, the brake light engages, just like it does on a car. There's also a bottle opener and a cup holder built right into the frame of the bike. The Super 73 is an absolute joy to ride. I cannot emphasize how much fun it is to cruise around on one of these things. And yes, you can shred off-road. Because of the way the frame is designed, you're more or less always in cruise mode. You've always got this chill rider swag going on. The battery is interchangeable, which is nice, but Lithium Cycles currently doesn't sell extra batteries on its website. The Super 73 takes about 3.5 hours to fully charge, which is definitely longer than I'd like, but it does last 20 miles. So the bike should last you all day, and then you just charge it overnight. It is water resistant. I rode it in the rain and it was fine, but there are no fenders, so you will get splashed if you choose to ride in wet conditions. There's also no suspension on the Super 73, so taking it down curbs and riding over bumps can be a bit stiff, but the fat tires sort of compensate for that. Also, the Super 73 is heavy. This thing weighs over 60 pounds. It is a pain in the butt to bring it up and down in an elevator. I don't feel great about leaving it locked up outside of New York City. I mean, just look at the thing. It's asking to be stolen. I said it earlier in the video, but this Super 73 is one of the Kickstarter versions. Lithium Cycles doesn't produce this exact model anymore. They've got a 2018 version available for pre-order on their website. They say it'll ship in October, have a similar top speed, but way longer range. It's got a price tag of $3,200, which is steep, no doubt. Good news though, there's a cheaper version of the Super 73 called the Scout. If you're watching this video in July or August of 2017, you can pre-order it for just under $1,000, but you're sacrificing some of the specs. This one does 20 miles on a single charge with a top speed of 18 miles an hour. There's also a special limited edition version of the Scout called the Rose Ave. It was made in collaboration with Jesse Wellens. You can find out about that version in Jesse's video, which I've linked below. So, should you buy a Super 73? Do you have a couple grand to spend on a toy? Then yes. Do you have a garage or somewhere to safely park this thing? Then yes. It is so much fun to ride a Super 73, especially in a city like New York, and it is a great way to get around. It's the best electric bike I've ever ridden. I was never really into electric bikes before the Super 73 because I ride an electric skateboard around Manhattan, but this thing totally changed my mind. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Please leave a like if you found it useful, and definitely check out more reviews on my channel, and consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.